Hello everyone and welcome back to a very exciting chess game by the magician from Riga, Mikhail Tal, against his opponent Lev Aronin. Well, Lev Aronin was a Soviet international master of chess and he was a meteorologist by profession. He was a meteorologist. Sorry for the bad pronunciation. Please forgive me. This was from 1954. This happened in Riga in the second Soviet team chess championship. So let's see what happened in this chess game. Mikhail Tal had the white pieces. And you have to see this chess game. This chess game is showing how Mikhail Tal liked to attack. This is a perfect example chess game which shows the over-aggressive attacking style of Mikhail Tal. So this is a perfect example. Mikhail Tal starts the game with e4, c6, and we have the Caro-Kann defense. Knight to f3, d takes on e4, knight takes on e4. So this is the two knights variation of the Caro-Kann defense. Knight to f6, and Mikhail Tal is exchanging the knights. And black is having doubled pawn structure. Bishop to c4, queen to c7. And Mikhail Tal castled. So far everything seems normal. This is pretty calm. This is like the calmness before the storm, before the hurricane. Bishop to g4, d4 by Mikhail Tal, e6, rook to e1, centralizing the rook. We have knight to d7, h3. Mikhail Tal is asking a question. Bishop goes back, bishop to h5, not capturing the knight, and black didn't want to lose the bishop. And black is maybe planning to castle in the queen side. And actually we can say that black has a very solid position. And also black has the open g file, so black can use the open file and attack the king. So Mikhail Tal is known as one of the greatest attacking chess grandmasters of all times. In his chess games, he liked to attack, he liked to play vicious, aggressive, attacking moves. And this chess game is no exception. Watch this. Bishop takes on e6 by Mikhail Tal. At move 11, he simply sacrificed the bishop. And what else? Capturing the bishop. Otherwise, black is a pawn down and threatening terrible discovery attacks to the king. And then rook takes on e6 by Mikhail Tal. And where is the king going? This chess game started like a high-budget action movie. So we have king to f7 attacking the rook. But if black blocks with the bishop, this is not the best idea. Then we have queen to e2 and how to defend the bishop. So black has to go back, knight to f8, defending and opening the queen. But in this position, actually this is not the perfect defense because of rook takes on f6 and white has 3 pawns actually. White is getting 3 pawns for the sacrifice piece and also white has the attack. So this looks very dangerous for black. Okay, so basically white is sacrificing the bishop and that is very risky. But we have after rook takes on e6, king to f7, which is one of the best defenses in this position instead of blocking with the bishop. And the engine says defending the rook, something like rook goes back, rook to e4. And defending the rook. But in this position, Mikhail Tal played another amazing move. He played knight to g5, sacrificing the house. So capturing the knight, queen takes on h5, king takes rook, throwing the kitchen sink to his opponent for 3 pawns. But Mikhail Tal sacrificed the rook and also the knight. Maybe this was over-sacrificed by Mikhail Tal, but this is how he liked to play. This is the perfect example of the style of Mikhail Tal. He liked to attack. So that's why he is known as one of the most aggressive chess players of all times. He was never shy of sacrificing his pieces. So after bishop takes on g5, black has to be very careful in this position because you can see that the king is on e6 and it doesn't look very safe. So the king is exposed terribly. Black must be extremely careful in this position. If you panic and if you make a one slight error, a one slight mistake, Mikhail Tal is going to checkmate you. He is going to knock you out. But in this position, we have knight to e5, and this was the top engine move. This was the best move, the best defensive move. So we can say that black is rock solid. In this position, it takes only one mistake to lose this chess game. So if something like a knight to b6, if black panics and plays knight to b6, then rook to e1, and black is getting checkmated very quickly. Queen to g4, king to d6, queen to e6, and getting checkmated. And this is just one example, okay? So black has to be extremely careful. So bishop takes on g5 and knight to e5. But also bishop to g7 is a good move in this position. The two best moves is bishop to g7 or blocking with the knight. And this is the top engine move, blocking the rook, pinning the knight, and Tal is getting back the material. Queen to g7, queen to g4, and this was actually a mistake. The engine says immediately capturing the knight with the rook with check is better. But after queen to g4, unpinning and then capturing the knight, and after pushing the pawn, it looks like the bishop is pinned. So you don't want to exchange the queens when you sacrificed everything. So we have rook to g8, Mikhail Tal checks the king, but black blocks with the bishop. Both the bishop and the queen is under attack. So this is not what you wanted actually. This is not what you want to do. You should not simplify the game when you sacrificed so many pieces. And this is why rook takes on e5 would be better in that position. But okay, the game continued. Bishop takes, king takes, checking the king. And then Mikhail Tal checks the king. And Tal is rook down. And he has 3 extra pawns. Now black is threatening checkmate. Tal pushed the pawn. And then rook over, rook to e1, queen to c7. Not exchanging the queens. And of course, you have to be careful. Mikhail Tal is threatening to push the pawn. And that's check. So how to defend? Queen to e7, easily defending. Pushing the pawn, throwing the kitchen sink, throwing everything, playing extremely aggressive. We have b6, f4 by Tal, king to b7, queen to e5, rook to d3, targeting the h-pawn, and then queen to h5, defending and targeting on f7. So rook goes down, and then rook up, rook over, and then queen to f7, attacking the queen, so exchanging and creating a very dangerous passer. How to defend? Now we have rook takes on b2, but after checking the king, Mikhail Tal played king to f1. Finally, for the first time, he is hitting the break, because in this position, black is actually threatening checkmate. Rook to d1, rook down, rook takes rook, checkmate. So king to f1, and in this position, if rook goes down, rook down, and after exchanging the rooks, king takes on e1. How to defend the f-pawn? We have rook to f8, defending like this, and Mikhail Tal played g5. Rook takes on a2, and then h4. But black goes behind the pawn. You might ask what happens if king to g1 and defending on h2, then rook to a5, and rook to f5 is going to be a very strong move, and black is defending actually in this position. Black is fine. And Mikhail Tal would like his pawn, after rook goes behind the pawn, he would like the black rook on a2 and his pawns on h5 and in g6. So that would be much better for white, but it feels like Mikhail Tal is few moves short. So after f5, rook takes on h4, g6, h takes, f takes, and this looks extremely dangerous, but rook to g4 is the correct move. After rook to e8, how to defend? So if capturing the rook, promoting the queen, and if capturing the pawn, capturing the rook, it doesn't look very good. So it looks a little bit risky. In this position, black he has founded the most accurate defense once again. Unfortunately for Mikhail Tal, black played rook takes on f7, and after this move, Mikhail Tal throwing the towel. Unbelievable chess game by Mikhail Tal, and this is one of those incidents, one of those cases when his over-aggressive style backfired. His over-aggressive sacrifices backfired. And Mikhail Tal actually lost many chess games like this, and this is one of those cases. It bite him back, basically. So Mikhail Tal liked to throw the kitchen sink to his opponents, but in this case, thankfully, Black has managed to defend accurately, unfortunately for Mikhail Tal. And in the possible continuation, so this is check, Tal didn't want to continue this because after capturing the rook, only defense is checking the king. After moving the king, rook takes on f7, and Black is 2 pawns up, and this should be winning. This endgame is winning for Black. And what do you think about this chess game? So Mikhail, not the perfect, not the most beautiful, amazing chess game for Mikhail Tal fans, but this game is going to give you an idea about Mikhail Tal's over-aggressive attacking style. This game is a perfect example. This was not basically an unimportant exhibition chess game. This was from a very important chess tournament, a very high-level chess tournament, and Mikhail Tal played like this. This was not, I repeat, this was not an exhibition chess game, and Mikhail Tal played like a crazy attacking maniac. So this was Mikhail Tal. That's why he is one of our favorite chess players of all times. He didn't care about losing chess games. He only cared about playing beautiful chess, playing exciting, aggressive chess. He didn't care about titles, rating points. He only cared about chess. He played the game for the joy, for the excitement of the game, for having fun. So, okay, this is the game. So, he lost, but he lost in style. So, I hope to see you next time with more interactive chess games. By the way, I have to give you one small information if you wonder. Mikhail Tal also played with Lev Aronin in 1957, in 1962 as well. They didn't play much games, but thankfully Oronin, who was not the strongest chess master, who was an international master, not a grandmaster, but he has successfully managed to defeat Mikhail Tal in their next encounter. In 1962, in 1957, they drew. So this is a small information. So the chess players who knows how to defend, how to defend and how to counterattack Mikhail Tal's over-aggressive attacking moves, they usually defeat Mikhail Tal, like Viktor Korchnoi. Okay, so thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you next time with more interactive chess games. Bye bye.